Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and blessings to all. Welcome to Shadow of Wolves. Please follow me on TikTok as I have a shorter version of this video. I decided to make a video based on some questions that I had regarding our spiritual practices. Can you get crowned in Orisha faith and still work with your spirits after you get crowned? And the answer is yes. Orisha faith is a very, very beautiful yet intricate faith. Why do I say that? Because we go through levels of working with our spirit first. We do not just jump and get crowned. Number one, it's very timely and consuming, and there's also steps and processes to being crowned in Orisha faith. I have a couple of questions to answer. Can you pull your Orisha through tarot, or even Orisha tarot? Because there is an Orisha tarot. No, we cannot. Orisha, when it is guided by our Ori, and we have to do what we call a consultation, that has to be done through two high priests, one being an Oba Oriate, who pulls the katakos of our guardian angel from that ile. So for example, I am crowned a Chosi, my mother being Yemaya and being born from Ochun, the daughter of two waters. I would have a high priest, which is an Obadiate, pull the guardian angel based on what a Chosi says, and they have the rites and the ceremonies to do so. A Santero, like a Santera or a Santero like myself, we cannot just pull the guardian angel. It has to be done through an Oba, or it can definitely 100% be done through a Babalao, who pulls our guardian angel based on us doing what we call a planta, where we receive our warriors and they are able to determine through our Ori of who our guardian angel is. And there is more than one Babalao there, or they have their Santera there, which is their pet to be, their wife, who ask with the Inking, they ask Arula, who is the guardian angel. But it's a process. Let's go into the spiritual practices. So for example, you got crowned in Orisha faith and Lukumi and Santeria. You completed your year in 7 days, or your year in 14 days, according to your house. You wore white for that entire year. You completed the process of the ceremonies prior to that, and so forth. You can still work like I am a reader. I'm a tarot reader. I'm a spiritualist. You can do those things. You can still work with your spirits. However, you have to be careful, of course, what goes on your head after you get crowned. You have to be careful. Us who are already crowned, we work with only the different essences of Obatala when we're doing our rogation. There's not everything can be touched with your head in any kind of plant after that. However, this is why it's so important that people understand the importance of working with your spiritual guides, the importance of understanding how to manifest your spirit guides. You start with your ancestors of light. You get readings from a very good spiritualist, because with all due respect, you know, someone just can't be like, okay, I'll give you a reading, and then they just start pulling cards. Oh, you have a nurse that looked like this and that walked with you. No, this person has to be very skilled in what they're doing. And not everybody is meant to get crowned. Some people are extremely high spiritualists who either have their initiation in Sansei or Palo Mayombe or Candomblé and so forth. And they are able to seriously and ethically give you a good reading and consultation. Also too, spiritualists provide spiritual gatherings where there are other spiritualists who are able to pull your guardian angel in terms of your spiritual guardian angel. So say, for example, your main guardian angel could be a Congo spirit, or your main guardian angel can be an indigenous of Los Indios. It all depends. That is also divined through a sector and a whole group and gathering of what we call Misa Blanca, or spiritual mass. And different spiritualists, because everyone sees things differently. And I always say, no one is better than anyone else. We all have our guardians of light, and those who are seasoned and go through the challenges throughout the years and continue to learn and study and practice and listen to their elders are exceptional spiritualists. Now, in moving right along with this, once again, when we're doing tarot, we have Orisha tarot. We have different tarots for, I don't know, angels or whatever it is. You do not pull your guardian angel this way. Please, my mother used to say, may she rest in peace, Iba Iba Intanu, shortcut will cut throats. In other words, don't try to go around and say, okay, well, I'm just going to pull it this way, or I'm going to just get crowned this way. No, there is a process along the way of doing so. Now, in understanding this, you can work with your spirit guides after you get crowned. It is okay to do so. However, your Orisha and all the Orishas, because when we get crowned in Lukumi, which means my friend, when we get crowned in Afro-Cubano Santeria, when we get crowned correctly for the year, we receive what is called an Odun, an Ita, which is a life book reading that tells us of everything that we are supposed to do and not supposed to do. And those come out through binary codes of different numbers that must be understood. And then there's witnesses within those numbers after the main numbers. Okay, now I don't want to make things complicated, but do understand someone may have something in their Ita where they cannot be involved in certain spiritual practices. And that's okay, because once that Orisha governs your head, then that's who it is. So we don't just, for example, Florida water does not go with Orisha, okay? Orisha altars, and I just have to tell the truth ethically, as being a child, Omo Chosi, and my mother being Yemaya and Ochun, because I'm born from Ochun, we have to respect what the guardian angel says. And if they say, well, this spiritual practice, a secret society, you cannot be involved in, that's fine. But they're not going to limit you with your spirits. It's okay. We do readings. We do consultations. Some divine with bones, some divine with crystals, and so forth. But do know and honor your ancestors first and before going into Ocha. Know who the Orisha, who they are. So what's important is always doing your prayers. Please recognize that God comes first. Timbalese alo dumare, timbalese alo fiokan. And my heart and my blessings is always with God. And I know those who are listening to this message, that yours is too. Do know that once you have your Orisha made, your Orisha, they come first. But all the advices come from the different Orishas when we get crowned. All of them, they're all our parents. They will all give advice. So in understanding this, please do not get caught up in when we do have godchildren or we have spiritual clients, in controlling them. And this is not a colonizer manifestation of power and control. It's about love. It's about unity. So it is important to know that, yes, you can, if it's in your Odun and you can read cards, yes, you can. But remember, when you are doing readings and you are giving spiritual interpretation, it is not for your benefit. It is for the benefit of the client and of the godchild. That's what's very, very important. Do know also, too, a lot of things are man-made these days, where people invent certain things to suit their financial gains or practices, which is very unethical. Okay, so when we're doing a reading and the person doesn't have witchcraft, or the person doesn't have anything negative on them, we don't say that they do. We intricately and deeply look within their soul and work with our spirit guides and those who are practicing to become tarot readers, who want to divine with bones or crystals, or with the stars, or with a cigar and with water, that we must always tell the truth. And it's how we say it so that the person, the client, can follow through with that directive, and we give them graces and blessings. If they don't want to follow, well, you gave your advice, and that's what counts. Now, in moving right along with this, it's also important not to look at someone in a spiritual mass and be like, oh, you look like a child of Oya, or you look like a child of Ochun. I don't believe what the Babalao or the Oriate said to you regarding your guardian angel. Don't forget, spirit comes first. God comes first, yes. Spirit comes first. And the spirit can manifest themselves so strongly through that individual that they may look like a certain characteristics of the Orisha. So say, for example, someone comes to you and you are well equipped to give a reading or divinity, and they're wearing red and they're looking strong and they have a bad temper. Doesn't mean they're a child of Chango. Hello? Or they come in with sunflowers and they act flirty and they've got perfume. Doesn't mean they're a child of Ochun. The spirit comes first. Orisha is the next steps. Nowadays, people are, with all due respect, some people are looking at the Orisha as a fad, as this is cool, so you know what, we're going to do this. I got, let's say, a Yemaya altar. No, ma'am, no, sir. First of all, altars belong to spirit guides and ancestors. When we receive our Orisha, they are consecrated with hard work of many santeros with an Obariate, and most of the time or sometimes a Babalao is present and doing certain mantanzas. Okay, they are consecrated in a vessel. Some have them as simple as a cookie jar. Some have them fancy of how they want to have them. Okay, but a spiritual altar are for your spirit guides, such as Los Gitanas, such as Arabs, with all due respect, such as altar commission, like for Los Indios, and so forth. We cannot take Ogun and put him on an altar. It doesn't go that way. We cannot take, it doesn't go that way. It's a process. So it's good to understand these things. Now, for example, you say, okay, I have, say I have a statue of a ruler. That's not a ruler. It's a decoration to give an image of a ruler. No one was there 8,000 or 10,000 years ago to say exactly what Orisha looked like. Orishas are the essences and the ase of a Lofi. They have all the different powers of God that are placed with them to give to us as a gift. So do understand that when we have different, okay, I have an Ochun altar. No. Maybe for Caridad de Cobre, and you recognize the saint that has the same characteristics as Ochun. Beautiful. But statues are not Orishas in your house. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you have to force Orisha in your house. If they're meant to be, they're meant to be. Statues are for decoration, to when we have our Orisha, to make them look prettier, or to have a nice decoration there. And some people are not even meant to have statues. For example, I'm not going to say who it is, but someone who's related to me very closely, they're not allowed to have ceramic or clay statues in their house. It has to be wood or pure glass. See, those are the Oduns that come in with Orisha. There is not only, with all due respect, there's not only power within the Orisha, there is power within spirits. So why not work with your spirit guides? For those of you who have had your mom or dad pass away, or who had a great aunt or an uncle or a great-great-grandfather, will take a bullet for you in a heartbeat. Your ancestors come first. So, for example, for Papa Legba, Blessings and blessings to Papa Legba. But guess what? Your enemy could also have, a veneration and worship or whatever to Papa Legba. And whoever gives the best and the most party, he may deal with them. But guess what? Your ancestors, your bloodlines, and your spirits assigned from God are never going to leave your side. So do know that this is not a fad. Orisha is very, very, very strict. For example, as me being crowned to Chosi, I cannot take a whole bunch of Florida water and roses and hibiscus and I put it on my head and I'm like, yeah. So no. You must respect that. Orisha is very, very strict. Now, with all blessings, they are coming forward. They say there's 144 of them. Okay, mainly the main pillars that come in, we receive them and we receive them through our warriors, which I will say for another day. And there are many unique Orishas that really do exist that we need to talk about in the future. But please don't rush. Ask yourself this question. And I don't own rights to any of this music. Ask yourself this question, please. What is your rush? Because good spirits are of patience. My next question to you, those who are highly spiritual and you receive, say, for example, I've received 21 divisions and I received Sansei, Scratch and Palo Mayambe. Okay, beautiful, very good. What more are you looking for? If you don't have to do it, why not be satisfied with what you have? Or some, why not be satisfied with just a simple white table, a candle, some beautiful, clean, clear glasses, and prayer? Why not just be satisfied with what you have within, not what's coming through all the time? So let's think about that. Let's also lift up one another. Let's respect our elders, as our elders are guided by their Orisha, those who are crowned. Lagwa. Let's respect them because they know more than us. And if we don't respect them, they can die with those secrets. Do know a lot of things are not on the internet. A lot of things are not in, I'm seeing books that are coming out that I'm like, okay, how did that get published? A lot of studies are done through elders and also to getting old books and consulting and confirming that those books are very good. We don't need to look for anything more. And we don't need to disrespect each other. The time you set yourself free when you learn to stop controlling people, when you learn to love yourself and to govern the guardian angel and work with the guardian angel that you have. In Yoruba, it says, and in Ifa, and Santeria and Lukumi, the ears never pass the head. Meaning that the head is our guardian angel. And we need to respect our elders. The ears don't pass the head. For us who are younger in the Orisha faith, our ears don't pass our head. But that doesn't mean we have to be controlled or disrespected or gossiped or talked about. Now, this may be very controversial for many people, but I'm speaking my mind. I don't care how many people watch or do. When history, and I'm long gone, this will continue and the truth will come out. We don't pull guardian angels through tarot or any other divinity besides the cowrie shells, and an Oba Oriate does that, or through the Equile, okay, and the Kings of Arula. It's a very intricate process, but why not climb that mountain slowly and go up that mountain than try to take a hook and try to go too fast and fall? Take your time. Be satisfied with what you have and don't add anything more that you don't need. I love Freya. My father is European. I am part white. I know that there were a lot of Norwegian invaders. I know I have a lot of ancestors from his side that believed in the Viking faith and so forth. I know that Poland is there. So why am I looking for more? I know what I have. You need to know what you have. I don't know who Freya is completely. I know I love Norse, and I know that I believe in a lot of tradition when it comes to the different Norse symbols. But why look for more? You are love. You are light. You are beautiful in your own faith. Each and every one of you have something to offer to this world. Don't try to rush other people and climb the ladder and move fast. You'll fall. And we all have fell sometimes. Because if you went through life with no challenges and no pain and no heartache, then you're not human. We learn, as they say, no pain, no gain. You will fall and stumble, but study why you fell and get back up. And know that you are love and light and you are the love of God. With all blessings, I have to go, but do know once you get crowned and your Orisha permits so, you can work your spiritual practices. As I am going to do another tongue spell for someone. I don't put everything up that I'm doing, but I will like to teach some things that I have. So in blessings to all of you, know that you have light. You, and you. And I'm sending you all love. Ireomo, Ireoma, Ariku Baobao, and blessings to all of those who need light, and blessings to veneration of crystals, and take you away from lower energies, in blessings, and love, and light, and cleansing for you all. Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and blessings to all. Thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves. Ache,